already saying the car was too tight, talking about taking some wedge out and making an air pressure adjustment. That's exactly what crew chief Ricky Byers said was an advantage to having Biffle in the car. He knows what he wants. They're going to give it to him. Dave?
Having a battle right now with him is Kevin Harvick, who you're right on board with right now. He said he doesn't need too much to turn better in the center, which is a complaint with his race car, just a little forward bite, and they'll try to give that to him on their first pit stop. He started 8th, has picked up a couple of positions. Doc?
Back in 7th spot is David Rudiman driving the 10 car for Todd Braun. Now, this is Rudiman's very first start of the year in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. He plans to drive 3 races. He said he would like to run a full season if they had sponsorship. Right now, only 3 times he'll be in the car. Now, Rudiman said this car right now a little bit tight. Hope to make an adjustment when they come in. Remember, Rudiman has run very well here in the past 4 consecutive top 10 finishes. Behind him is the 2007 champion, the 60 car of Carl Edwards, who hopes to be the points leader when this day is done. Carl driving the same car that ran so well in the season finale a year ago at Homestead, where he sat on the pole, led over 50 laps, and finished 2nd. Dave?
Doc, after a great start to the season last week at Daytona where he finished 8th, James Buescher has felt like a kind of a lonely man this weekend. He doesn't have a teammate with this car, and his crew has been working to get the Sprint Cup car program up to speed on the other side. So he's had little to lean on this weekend. Good for him that he started in 9th position, has not lost that spot, and would like to definitely move forward. Vince?
Justin Allgaier has already jumped up 5 spots from his 15th starting position. He is running 10th. Car's quite a bit tighter than it was at the start, so they'll address that in the first pit stop. Coming off a career-best 4th place finish at Daytona last week, and you hear a lot about momentum in other sports. There's no doubt about the momentum that he's carrying into this race, Marty.
And lap 33, we've got our first caution flag flying here at Auto Club Speedway. We have debris on the racetrack, and that'll bring everybody down. Right now, we have a total of 30 cars on the lead lap. There you see Danica Patrick. Give you an update on her. She is running 40th right now. 1 lap down. There are 3 cars behind the wall: Eflin, Setzer, and Bornemann. So that nice big 4.5 second lead for Joey Logano goes for naught as we'll get ready for first round of pit stops.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of adjustments being made by some of the teams to try to catch this car. One car that will not need adjustments is that 32 car, Brian Vickers. He was actually catching Logano that run, so they might want to keep what they've got, just get 4 tires and reload.
You saw Jason Ratcliffe there, crew chief for Kyle Busch, giving some direction to the team, and obviously they want to figure out what was going on because Kyle fell back, then Kyle came back forward. So don't know if it was a tire situation or not, but he stayed out there the entire time.
Yeah, it seemed like it's more a handling issue, and they're prepared, it seems, to make some real adjustments, and they're not going to fall back too much by making those adjustments, and they have a fast enough car to make that up.
Yeah, Brian Scott's really getting the job done on the racetrack. It's going to be interesting to see here if his pit crew can do it on pit road against some of the best in the business.
You see the 56 there, and that will be our first lucky dog winner of the race, Kevin LePage. He'll get to come around, get back on the lead lap. That will give us a total of 31 cars. So as they come down pit road, let's get set up for this first round of pit stops. And Vince, they're coming your way.
Brian Scott, so much expected of him this year after a strong season in the Truck Series a season ago. Car's just a little bit tight. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment. 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel for Brian Scott in the 11. Doc?
Reigning series champion Kyle Busch in, and they will make an adjustment here. Track bar adjustment in the right rear. They were going to put a rubber in the left rear. They're pulling the left side tires off to put the rubber in. Dave?
Leader Logano said it only got a little bit tight at the end of the run, which is cool. It'd also be cool to win the race off pit road after just a slight air pressure adjustment, and they're going to do it, hands down.
Race off pit road from Nationwide Insurance, and you can see that Logano and Scott stay first and second. Vickers picks up 1. Harvick picks up 1. Edwards and Allgaier pick up 3 each. Kyle Busch, though, loses 4 positions.
Yeah, a 17.7 second pit stop for Kyle Busch. That's going to lose you spots every time on pit road.
Yeah, it took them a while to put that rubber in the left rear, so they did get that adjustment made.
And we'll see if that picks up Kyle here in this second run of this 300-mile event at Auto Club Speedway here in California. While we've got a moment, let's go back and take a look at that pit stop and talk about how hard it is to get that rubber in.
Well, and it is hard without losing time to get a rubber in the left rear. Sometimes you can pull one out pretty quick and not lose a lot of time. But you can see right there, they're adjusted on the track bar. They're getting right side tires. But the tire changer actually even slips a little bit coming around on the left rear. But see, they have to pull that tire off and insert that rubber, and it just takes time, especially if it's a real tight fit, and it looks like it was. But, you know, this is the time of the race you want to just give that time up and get your car right.
So there is Kyle, and here come the cars that are a lap down.
5, 4,
Jamie?
Come on, 2, 1, right here, stop it.
And they count Danica into her pit box. She's saying she's really uncomfortable getting into the corner, really loose. She feels the back end just moving around on her. She's not exactly sure how it's supposed to feel, so she's telling them she just needs to be tightened up a bit, especially to run up high. And guys, she talks about not being able to get into the corner as deep as the other guys. 4 tires tightened her up just a bit and filled her up with Sunoco fuel. But DJ, maybe you could talk about how important it is getting in deep into the corner to keep that momentum.
You know, yeah, and one of the things, and I saw her in practice, and without testing, that makes it so difficult because you're here with your primary car. You don't want to mess up, but you have to find those limits, and you're really not utilizing all the downforce of your car if you don't drive it all the way down in there. That's where it makes the most, and it could actually make her car drive a little bit better.
All right, we're going to step aside as we get ready to go back to green flag racing here after 35 of 150 laps at Auto Club Speedway. Joey Logano still out front. Lights out on the pace car, but Danica Patrick has gotten her first speeding ticket from NASCAR exiting pit road. Here's the radio.
Hey, let's get ready to go. We're going to that orange sign, that black car. Go hard. Easy on the motor, easy on the motor. Clear to the wall, right there. Pit road speed, up against the wall. Easy, easy. 42, 42, 4200, second.
Green flag flies as we're back to green racing here at Auto Club Speedway. Joey Logano down low. Second place was Brian Scott. Vickers third. Harvick fourth. Edwards your top 5.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick just looking for somewhere to go. He's got a fast car, and he got it up to speed quickly. See him go to the middle right now for turn 2.
We talked about this track being 75 feet wide, and this is what we get on these restarts. There goes Harvick underneath Vickers. Here comes Edwards. He had fallen back in that first run, and look at Allgaier.
Talk about what a great run Justin Allgaier had at Daytona. Looks like he's got a pretty fast race car here.
Harvick, we mentioned the fact he never won here. I asked him before the race, I said, would it mean something special? He said, no, I want to win them all. Well, Joey hasn't run away from Brian Scott. You can see the two of them. Vickers there in the middle of that 3 car. Now it's gone down to 2 as Edwards drops back a little bit. And here comes Vickers utilizing the high side.
Well, like I said, before that caution came out, Brian Vickers had the fastest car. He was even faster than Logano. So he doesn't want to lose much time right here in this beginning of this run so he can have a shot at maybe getting the lead back or getting the lead from Logano.
Yeah, how impressive Brian Scott in this group, Andy. They answered your question on pit road by keeping him up there, and he's doing a great job.
They did. They had a good pit stop, 14-second pit stop.
Remember, Vickers has 4 top 10 finishes in 4 of his last 5 races here, including second place just last October.
Now, Harvick's giving him a fit right now, though. Got a little company now. Kyle Busch wants in on this.
Yeah, we're going to find out just how good that rubber is going to work for Kyle as he tries to get caught back up to Joey Logano.
I think something we're definitely seeing right now, that the combination between the Toyota bodies and the engine are something that's really working here at this racetrack today.
You can see how bumpy it is going down that backstretch. You just watch the front end of these race cars. But look at the difference. Everybody was commenting, look at the stability in the 2 Joe Gibbs cars versus everybody else. They just don't seem to move around the track as much.
Yeah, you want to hold the attitude of the car at the maximum aerodynamic attitude, and that sometimes can make a harsh ride. And the key is, it looks like the Gibbs cars especially are able to do that without having that real harsh feel to it. Or look, you know, what we're looking at, it looks like their cars go through the bumps a little better.
Carl Edwards trying rim ride it there, and it's not going to pay dividends for him as he falls back in that 3-car pack into that last spot. So it's Vickers, followed by Kyle Busch, then Carl. Take a look right now at David Rudiman and Greg Biffle. That is a battle for 11th. Now remember when Biffle shot all the way up to second, then all of a sudden right before the yellow, all of a sudden he fell back. So now he's trying to work his way back. Here comes the 88 of Kelly Byers. Not a very impressive weekend so far, but starting to move forward.
Yeah, he has actually been steadily moving forward. That's one car I've been watching on